Israel succumbed to global pressure, says ExIDF spokesperson on Gaza ops pause watch after the Israel Defense Force on Sunday announced a tactical pause in military operations in some parts of Gaza for humanitarian purposes. Former IDF spokesperson Jonathan Conricus believed that this move indicates Israel has succumbed to international pressure. It tells us that Israel has succumbed to international pressure, Sky News quoted Conricus as saying. This comes after Israel began a daily tactical pause in parts of the territory to allow humanitarian aid to flow more freely, under growing international pressure and rising concerns over famine in Gaza. The IDF say they are going to be pausing military operations in 3 areas. Does that tell us that we are moving into a new phase? Kamali Melbourne. It tells us is that Israel have succumbed to international pressure. Former IDF spokesperson Jonathan Conricus. Skypic. Twitter.com GKGPX Sumak Sky News July 27, 2025. The pause will begin in the areas where the IDF Israeli military is not operating Al-Mawasi, Deir el-Bala, and Gaza City, every day until further notice, the IDF said in a statement on Telegram. The Israeli military said the pause in fighting would take place from 1000 am to 8 pm local time each day in 3 densely populated areas. According to the military, the goal is to increase the scale of humanitarian aid entering the Gaza Strip. Secure land routes are being established for the United Nations and aid groups to deliver food and medical supplies. Israel also said it had carried out airdrops of food aid, including flour, sugar, and canned goods. Israel strongly refuted claims that it is using starvation as a weapon of war, a charge leveled by some international critics as images of malnourished children in Gaza continue to circulate globally. It said the latest aid steps were made in coordination with the UN and other humanitarian agencies. The UN's World Food Programme WFP has welcomed the pause in military operations, but emphasized that more action is needed to address Gaza's dire food crisis. With a third of the population going without food for days and approximately 500,000 people facing famine-like conditions, delivery remains a significant challenge despite having enough food stockpiled to support the entire population for nearly 3 months. Despite the pause, Israel's military operations continue in other areas. Palestinian health officials reported at least 27 people killed in separate Israeli strikes around the same time the pause began. Swipe left for next video. The conflict began after Hamas launched an attack on southern Israel in October 2023, killing 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages. Israel says it will only agree to a full ceasefire if Hamas surrenders, disarms, and goes into exile, terms the militant group has rejected. Ceasefire negotiations have hit a roadblock, with both Israel and the US withdrawing their negotiators last week. Latest blogs